So welcome back to episode 5, I believe I'm right this time, of the 3100 Chevy Old Navy truck build. This episode will be trying to finish up the radiator, get that all mounted in. I already put the front end on, so I get some dimensions on where I need things to be and just kind of trial fitting the radiator, see how we're looking with the motor set back. That definitely helped quite a bit. So now we'll try to get the supports for the front end in first, then build the radiator support, and we'll have that hopefully mounted in by the end of the video. So thanks a lot. All right, so here's what I have so far. The hardest part of this was trying to find the center. I assumed that is centered, but I'm not sure. I know the bolts in the frame there and there, the control arms come off, have got to be located evenly from the center. But with the steering linkage and light, I couldn't get to them easily so I could measure. So I ended up measuring, the frame rails here on top are the same width. So I used this inner from side to side and centered off of that. Because the motor might not be right centered in the frame either. So I didn't want to go off of that. So basically what I came up with is if I run the edge of this tube, these aren't tacked down yet, even with the frame inside of the frame rails, I come up with what seems to be center. So then I just welded nuts in to all these locations for this top panel and did the same on the side for this. I'm going to put another hole here to weld, or to put another nut in there and bolt. I'm not going to use those bottom ones. But yeah, really solid. I don't know if I'll cap that end or not. Probably not. It gets covered up. I can throw this panel up here. So yeah, that just goes on like that, and you just bolt it right on. No trying to get nuts underneath. I hate having to do a nut and a bolt. So now we'll probably tack that to the frame and start building out down below for the radiator support. Okay, so this is pretty much where it's going to sit. Right now it's just hanging by the zip ties up here, but that's pretty much the angle it'll be at. Got pretty good clearance. It's actually going to come back this way from here, give a little more clearance for here. So it'll come back a little, and then it's going to go, bottom will go out a little bit more and up. I got to get a little more clearance here. I'm not going to use these for mounting. I don't like using those for mounting. I don't trust those Chinese welds. I see guys just bolting these solid, like making a bracket and bolting solid off of these. And with the vibrations, I just don't know how long those welds will hold. So my plan is, I put this crossbar underneath. I'm going to come up and out with some steel and some rubber pads, by one or two, probably just one on each side. Give it a little isolation from vibration. And then same up here. I will use these top mounts, but I'm going to come off of here with an angle and a rubber isolator in between. I also want to put some kind of bracket here in case a mount was ever to break. You don't want your radiator to tip back and go into the pulley. I still have to trim these studs off, give a little more clearance. I got these uprights welded solid. Might make it a little harder for when you ever want to pull the motor. So what I'm thinking is if I cut this and make a bracket so it can bolt here or maybe up top here, then you could take this center bracket out and make it a little easier for pulling the motor. But that might be a future me problem. Although I do have to pull the motor again, so I guess we'll see how hard that goes. If it's a real pain getting up and over that, then I'll make that modification right away. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Would have liked to have kept it a little straighter, but that'll work fine. I have to do something to seal off the sides here. Get maximum airflow through the radiator. Probably just do some sheet metal or maybe even rubber, like flap, something to just screw onto there. So, all right, I'm going to keep at it. All right, so here's what I came up with for the radiator mount. So now on the bottom, I've got it mounted on these 4 little rubber isolator pads. Bolted the plates that are welded on each side. That should give it a little bit of vibration, dampening, so we don't put all that stress on the aluminum radiator. Then up on the top, I did use these tabs, but I put rubber isolator in between there, so it's got a little bit of flex. Get pretty good clearance between the brace here up on top. I'm probably really going to regret welding those uprights solid to the frame, but like I say, I think if I make this removable by cutting it and welding tabs and bolting it, I shouldn't have too much issue taking the motor out, tranny. Should be able to get past there. Clearance here looks pretty good. It shouldn't be an issue. Just run the wire tight down to this side here. Just run that tight into there. Down, come out down here. Lower hose clears everything real well there. Got a nice straight shot for the upper hose to the thermostat housing. Everything's still just tacked. I'm going to have some time where I'm going to be doing a lot of welding. Just in case I have to move anything. I already had to redo this bracket here. I had a little tight and a little too far in, so I had to take it off, actually remake it, move the hole out farther. So that's why I'm just tacking for now. And then this panel fits on real nice right there. So now I just need to enclose each side. I think I'll have to get creative with a piece of tin and kind of bend it to shape out to here and into here. Same on this side. This side's a little wider, so I do have the radiator shifted over that way. But yeah, it should be plenty strong. It seems real solid. And I still would like to put something just in case, a mount here broke or something. Radiator can't fall down into the drive pulley there. Water pump pulley. I'm trying to think of somehow utilizing this channel. That's something, probably not needed, but I like to be a little better safe than sorry. Okay, so that's all I have on the radiator install. Next, we'll probably be fixing the fuel pump cross member so I can get the fuel pump out of there. I also want to lower the back of the fuel cell. It's sitting uphill, and that's where the pickups are. And unfortunately, I did not get a cell that had a lowered sump in it. It's a flat bottom. Messed up there. But yeah, I'll redo this cross member here. I think I'm actually going to move it out to here and then just run some bars in for the fuel cell to come up against. And then it'll be easy to drop the fuel cell out just by undoing this hose here. So that's probably what's next. If not, just tune into the next episode and find out. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you later.